welcome back to Barber Dave's Barber Shop at Home. Today is Sunday of the Labor Day holiday. And before we get started, some housekeeping to do. Please don't forget to check right down here, www.theshavingcadre.com. We'd certainly appreciate you coming out, checking us out, and all that kind of good stuff. And then right over here, you'll see a barber pole with a cowboy hat on it. That is my subscribe button. Please press that. And then down here somewhere, you'll see a notification bell. Please click that and you'll find out when all new content comes out for the Barber Dave's Barbershop at Home channel. And then finally, check up here throughout the video. You'll see some of the guys that are cadre members. We pride ourselves on being the forum that has probably the most vloggers, meaning video bloggers, in the shaving world. And check them out. Plus, I will have some of them listed in the comments down here. So let's talk about what's going on. We're going to do a straight shave today. However, I did have, and I apologize, I did not catch the member or the subscriber's name, but he had asked about flat blading. And I do not, on my straight razor schooling series, series 1 through 6 that take you from no experience with straight razors all the way to advanced techniques, I had not done a video for flat blading because I hadn't discovered it yet. And so we'll go over some of the basic things of flat blading for that subscriber. So I appreciate you asking the question. And then some other stuff as well. So before we get the shave started, today's shave is brought to you by Nurse Dave's Shaving World Poker Chips, the bluest poker chip in San Francisco, and you can bet on it. But there's more. We have merch. That's right. We have merchandise. It hasn't gone up for sale yet, and it hasn't been made available, but we have the Barber Dave's Barbershop at Home multi-tool. Now, what it can be used for: if you play the guitar or play the bass, it's a pick. If you've got a scratch you need to get rid of, it's a pick for that. If you need a scoop for your soap, it's for that. And then most importantly, it just looks cool. And that's got the Barber Dave's Barbershop at Home logo, the TSC logo. These will be made available pretty soon when we got some other stuff going on. So we're really excited about that. But it's a really neat scoop for your soap too. So there's some things in the works with me and a cohort of mine. And we'll go into that in more detail. Okay, so what's going on with me? Well, the monsoon season. Well, before we get to that, I don't know, man, I'm feeling like Nurse Dave today. I'm all over the place. Our soap today, Sterling, Oro Valley. There's a story behind that as well. We're going to be doing that for the shave soap, aftershave, and EDT. Plus, we're going to throw in a little surprise that I'll show you at the end. For our brush today, we're going to be using a Paladin Neptune Clio. Just a beautiful, beautiful brush with a round Select Badger on the top of it. And then for the razor, we are going to be using one that I haven't used in a while. This is a quarter hollow, and this is a Brown Razorworks, Brian Brown, with the Ghost Jade scales. This was a big thing a couple years back. Everybody wanted these Ghost Jade scales, and so I've got this round point thing. Now I have taken it across the convex balsa strop 25 times, and then of course I finished it off with 50 on leather. So we'll see, because this edge I hadn't redone it, and I want to see if just the strop kind of brought some more life to it as well. So we'll get started here real quick. Today's an exciting day on the cadre. We continue our Sunday TSC Zoomer calls, and today the volunteer for the stunt shave is the stunt shave master. That's right, KJ. He's going to be doing all kinds of stuff. So if you're not a member, you're going to miss it. And if you want to, we'll be getting on our Zoom call at 1600 Pacific, or to make it easy for everybody, 2300 Zulu time. As always, Rod and Mandy's soaps just load super easy. And we'll go into that as well. The story behind Oro Valley, the soap, as far as I know, this was reported to me, is that they were married in Oro Valley. Now, Oro Valley is a community just south of us, down the hill, and it's a beautiful community right up against the mountains. And my understanding is they got married here. And so obviously, you know, it must be a pretty special place for them to make a soap. Kind of neat, being the fact that basically the place just down the hill from us. The fragrance here is really unique. I don't have the notes handy, but there's definitely some saguaro blossom. I would say prickly pear cactus. Some other neat things that I get out of it. A little bit of creosote maybe from the monsoon rains. I'm not sure when they got married here, what time of season it was, but I assume it was in the spring or fall because who'd want to get married outside in Arizona when it's 140,000 degrees. So that's it for the lathering. It's really, really good soap. Now, I mentioned earlier that KJ is going to be doing a stun shave later on our Zoom call, where we pick different crazy stuff that you have to shave with. And some of it's not traditional, both in razor and soap and everything else. Those of you that follow my channel noticed that I shaved with a guacamole the other day. Well, today is going to be kind of a stunt shave too. For about the last 4 hours, I've been outside because during monsoon season, the weeds get this high. And I was out with a string trimmer, and I was mowing down about 1.5 acres of different things. And so holding a string trimmer that long, my hands got shaky. So, so if you came to see a wreck, this might be the one, but we'll see. Yet again, using this, and like I said, I was planning on refreshing or maybe even resetting the bevel on this razor because the last couple of shaves I got it, oh boy, this is shaky. You know, you hold on one of those string trimmers for hours on end, you get the shakes. And this is interesting. Hell, that's what I should have done for my stunt shave, is go out with a yard implement for a couple hours and then come in and try to shave. That was interesting. Anyhow, back to the programming that we talked about. I must be channeling Nurse Dave today. This was going to be a razor that I, as I said, I was going to rehone. From bevel all the way through the Arc series, because I hadn't been getting good shaves with it, and hence the reason why I hadn't shaved with it in a while. And so I was not sure how this razor was going to act on the balsa strop that Bill M sent over to me. And I got to say, just 25 X-stroke laps on the balsa strop, and it really livened up that edge. So all the considerations that I've been considering getting my arc and my cauticule convexed to leave that concave edge. Jared, I get it. I get it now. Just giving Jared a hard time. That I think that I may be doing that. I may have to con Bill into doing it because I don't want to do it, but I may have him send my arc and my cauticule him to convex, because you can't argue with the results. I mean, this razor, although I do a good flat edge hone, this razor wasn't the best, and now it's shaving like a completely brand new razor. So there's something to be said about it. And also, while we're at it, whatever you hone with, whether it be flat or convex, it's your edge. And I know I've said this before, but for those people that are commenting on different people's videos, and even actually some of the video authors that are getting this cavalier cowboy machismo attitude that their honing method is the best, knock it off. Whatever you like, you like. And if you're going to comment on somebody's video and you're going to have a different opinion, that's fine. But do it in a cordial way, saying, hey, I don't necessarily agree with your methods of honing, but you know what? As long as you're getting a great shave, hey, more power to you. And on the flip side of that, those of you video authors, remember a lot of these subscribers are looking for people that want to give them some instructions, or people like me, we just want to see what else is out there. So when we're making a video, let's not trash the people that are commenting, because the bottom line is, and I've learned this in all my years of business, you're never going to win that fight when a customer, and that's what our commenters are, as customers, they say a negative comment and you go toe-to-toe with them, you're never going to win that fight. You're going to lose. So just say, sir, thank you for your opinion. I certainly appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Done. He feels good, you feel good, and everybody goes home in a Ferrari. And I say that because that's how my partners and I, C. Vargo and CB Lindsay, have made the shaving cadre work without moderation, because we demand respect of everybody that's on the forum to each other, and it works. And we've become close. People have become like a family. We've got enough divisive horse crap going on in the country to get divisive about honing. Really? And yes, my soapbox namesake, it's rubbing steel on a rock. That's it. And I think I've illustrated for both flat honers and convex honers alike is that I was probably one of the biggest skeptics. And you can ask Bill M. that. I was a real big skeptic. But he has, as they say, turned. Now, do I still flat hone? Sure. Is it still a great edge? Sure. But I've been testing this out in the shop and asking my clients how they feel the edge is when I'm not using a shavette, when I'm using a regular razor. And all of them agree that it seems smoother and sharper. So, who knows? But let's just get along, as they say. So far the edge has just been incredible on this, and I'm not having to rehone it, which is kind of cool. And it's funny because when I had this razor made by Brian, his wheelhouse is really 6/8 razors. But I wanted I had a bunch of 6/8s and I wanted a 5/8 in that ghost jade. And he did it for me. Brian doesn't get as much play as he used to. He makes a tremendous razor. Because I know it was Brian Brown Razors. I think it's Brown Razor Works now. But, support the artisans where you can. And if you're on the TSC, please support our artisan retailers. They pay to be here. They want you guys to interact with them and buy their products. Just a tremendous edge on that. But I got to tell you, as shaky as my shoulders and my biceps and everything feel because of that string trimmer, this has been an interesting shave. I'm kind of trying to lock everything so I don't shake. But I will tell you, if I was to relax my hand, that's what it's doing right now. So pretty wild. Okay. For that gentleman, it's one of my subscribers that asked about flat blading. We'll go into that in a little bit of a detail. I'll probably do another complete tutorial about that. So traditionally, the flat blading I only use on my neck because my neck grows in weird areas, and that's the first thing I can say to any straight shaver. Map your face, because your width of grain may be different than mine. If you notice, my width of grain is actually this way. My across the grain is actually this way, and my against the grain is this way. So map your beard first, and then wherever you need to flat blade, you can, but just be careful. And I don't recommend flat blading for anybody that's got less than a couple of years under their belt straight shaving, because if you do it wrong, you will cut yourself, and it will be a bad cut, especially if it's a sharp razor. So right here is where I usually have a little bit of problem. Today's not bad, but put some soap on it, unless you have a soap that's very residually slick, or you are extremely good at flat blading. You've seen me do it both ways. It doesn't have to be a lot of slope, but it needs to be slick. So what you're going to do, now I do this cross-handed. You may not do it cross-handed. So that you're going to have to figure out yourself. But I'll take the blade in my hand like normal, and I'm going to turn it this way. So it's almost a little bit up, but it's flat. And then what I'm going to do, now I do this last, but first thing I do is I'll do some buffing. Because that's going to get any residual whiskers. And then I take the soap and I spread that back on, and then I'll do some more buffing, but a windshield wiper. And just see how it feels. And if I need some slickness, I'll add some. Then I'll leave the soap on it, but I'll wet the blade just a little bit usually. Sometimes I don't. But then again, so with this hand, that's the way I'm going to address my neck with the blade. And you want to be moving. Now, some people are going to argue that scraping. Well, yes and no, because the bevel is still the bevel, and it's still going to pick up that hair and cut it from an entirely different angle. Now, then I'm going to go up, and this is where people freak out. I'm going to start with the blade going down, but I'm going to be moving this way. I'll start with the blade down, moving, and then I will rotate the blade. So in other words, I'm going from flat, or from angled to flat, and then bringing it up. And I'll tell you, it's, don't ask me how it works. I found out by accident, and it works. So again, I'll do some buffing. I'll take that soap, spread it back on the face, then I'll do some windshield or windshield wiper or buffing. I'll leave the soap, maybe wet the tip a little bit. Then again, I'll start like this. Go all the way down, and then I'll start like this, but moving up, and rotate through the blade. And as I said, it is to me, it's a great finish for the shave. And it works. And no, it does not degrade the edge that I've noticed, because you're not doing that much with it. So it doesn't degrade the edge that much. And a perfect DS BBS shave. And for those of you new to the channel, that's Dolphin Smooth Baby Butt Smooth. And let's see what the alum says. Nothing. Even when I went over that flat blading, because I know somebody had made a mention that, well, you know, if you flat blade that much, are you going to irritate the skin? I don't, and I've got fairly sensitive skin, but it seems to work okay. And then for our witch hazel today, we're going to be using Quinn's cucumber and mint. And yes, Brian, it's in a sprayer. And I just spray it in my hand, but I leave my face wet. And just rub it in. And it doesn't seem to get sticky like some people have been complaining about. And I think that's because of the alum. Because of the, what's the name of that cactus? Aloe vera, that's it. Okay, so let's go over what we used in the beginning part anyways. We used a Brian Brown 5/8 quarter hollow with the jade, ghost jade, the Paladin Neptune Clio. And then we'll just pat this dry. Leaves the face feeling smooth. Then we're going to be using Sterling Oro Valley Aftershave. This is a fairly high alcohol content aftershave, but you'll feel it. But it's just a wonderful, wonderful scent. We'll let that dry down just a little bit. And then for our talc today, we're going to be boring and just use the standard Pinot Clubman, which is a neutral talc, which is nice, and it works really well. It's inexpensive. Ooh, this one's for you, Bill. I think this is going to be a talc cannon. Yep. Oh yeah, ghosty. So I hope everybody is preparing for a wonderful Labor Day weekend. And I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day tomorrow. We'll be back for another video tomorrow, our Labor Day shave. Not quite sure what we're going to do yet. And as that merch becomes available, there's a couple things in the works right now. We will let you know. And we're going to make it available to our subscribers and the TSC members first. And then go from there. And for the EDT, once again, we're going to be using Sterling Oro Valley. And I know, as somebody mentioned, I put this on like it's no abandon. And you know what? You're right, because I can. Now, for the bonus. I figured since it was Oro Valley and we're in the Sonoran Desert, and I hadn't used this on camera yet, I don't think. But Brian gave me this as part of the stunt shave, but unfortunately it didn't arrive. And this is, and part of Oro Valley is this, saguaro cactus. That's right, saguaro cactus in a cologne. And it's more or less a saguaro bloom, but it also has the greenness of the saguaro, and it matches perfectly with the Oro Valley. So there you have it. Okay, folks, well, thank you so much for joining us here at Barber Dave's Barbershop at Home. We certainly appreciate it. We hope you have a very safe, happy, and wonderful Labor Day holiday with your families. And once again, check us out, www.theshavingcadre.com. We'll see you again very, very soon. Have a great day.